everyone. Been a while since you've heard me speak. First of all, ignore the background noises. That's just like I'm in my basement right now, and it is not the most glamorous in here. And I just got some stuff installed in here. Oh, that'll be a future video, I'll tell you. And yeah, it's been a while since you've heard me speak. I've just been doing Roblox content lately, and that's why. You've read the title of the video, let's get into it. Thomas and the Magic Railroad, a movie with a lot about it. Whether you love it, whether you hate it. I actually mostly like the production of Magic Railroad had I made it. I'm more fascinated than that. And for Diesel 10, because he is easily the best new character in the movie. But today, we will be talking about, is Thomas and the Magic Railroad canon? You may think, no, Zebedee, what? This movie ain't canon. Well, I, the Lord of disappearing from YouTube and coming back again, will prove you otherwise. First of all, Britt Aldcroft herself. During the premiere of An Unlikely Fandom in New York, some freaky Thomas fan shouted, "Is that not canon?" And Britt Aldcroft responded with, "Oh, why, of course it is, you know?" And people may think, okay, it's canon. If the creator says it's canon, then it's canon. But it sort of doesn't make sense. Magic in Thomas the Tank Engine. We all love Thomas for how realistic it is. And even though Britt Aldcroft claims it to be, we will just push that aside, okay? So, there is the very, very common theory. It was just a dream Thomas had. Yeah, that's just what a lot of people say. And to be honest, I cannot blame them, you know, it just being like a dream Thomas had. It gets everything right, because, you know, when we dream, it's not like we imagine people there, you know, except for, like, close ones. Like, that's why there are so little characters. Like, the already existing ones are Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Bertie, Harold, Danny, and Clarabelle. And yeah, that's it. So you may think there it's a dream. Because the characters from Magic Railroad, oh boy, they are not canon. The two that made it towards after Magic Railroad are Diesel 10 and a lady. Let's look at them both. Diesel 10 straight off the bat is not the one from Magic Railroad. When he appeared on screen, you were scared. The guy who legitimately wrecked with sheds chased Thomas and Lady across a viaduct with the intentions of killing both of them and just being an eyesore for the railway in general, who took Mr. Conductor and threatened to throw him off a viaduct if he didn't tell him where the buffers were. Yeah, the Diesel 10 that we saw in Magic Railroad is not the same as the rest of the show. In Calling All Engines, he legitimately helps the railway. Something he would have never done. And Day of the Diesels, Diesel 10 is just a bunch of questions. And Missing Christmas Decorations, Diesel 10 is just pretty cringy overall. So I'd say Diesel 10 is very different. Calling All Engines says, the return of Diesel 10 and Lady. This is not who he is. As for Lady, and she is the interesting one. So, Lady, how do I explain this? The only time we ever see her that isn't in Magic Railroad is in Calling All Engines and in Thomas's dream. We only ever see her in Thomas's dream. And there isn't really, like she is a magical engine, and that wouldn't exist. Plus, it is also supported that Lady is the only engine in the entire franchise not to have a basis. That further suggests something. Thomas can only imagine Lady as a little engine, like him. And that means Lady is a pure figment of Thomas's imagination. She only exists within Thomas's imagination, hence why she has no basis. And, I mean, the narrator says that she works high up in the mountains, but let's just say the Magic Railroad is high up in the mountains. And plus, she works in the mountains and she's, purple and Gully Fell. Is that a Gully Fell reference? Anyone? No, I'm the only nerd here. Anyway, so yeah, you could just say it's a dream. However, there are indications of it, and that's dialogue from Diesel 10. His main catchphrases, puffball and twinkle toes, to what he says to Thomas and Mr. Conductor. Now, puffball was never used again, but this is not something from Diesel 10. This is actually something from George the Steamroller, which he said in By George to, I think it was Percy? So let's just say puffball was an insult that the crew members had on the time. They used it for Diesel 10. It was never used afterwards. So, however, twinkle toes was used again. And it was said by Diesel 10 to Sydney? Where he's like on the little hoist and he says, "Oh yes, twinkle toes," in his voice, which I probably did a horrible impression of. So you may think, he said twinkle toes and it was by Diesel 10. Well, there's actually this very top thing that's been flying around for a bit, and it is that Magic Railroad is a movie within the universe. We all know that like the Railway series, it is very popular. We see illustrations of Tank Engine Thomas again, and Thomas and the Toy Workshop, and the Railway series, it is canon to the Railway series, i.e. Jock the New Engine is probably the best example, with Rank has a temper tantrum that he wasn't in the book. This is a perfect segue into what I'm about to say. From Flower Power, the Season 9 finale, we see this boy sleeping. And what does he have? A pretty cool tube, an Ertl Percy under his bed. And a poster from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. It's possible that since the Railway series is so phenomenal, as the Magic Railroad parody from Mr. Conductor Fan 1408, or I probably screwed up his name there, said, the engines of Sodor are mass marketed. Like, they make toys of them. They're the Railway series. The engines of Sodor are popular all over the world. And then, not saying, like, Topham does this. It's just by coincidence. What if, like, Magic Railroad is a movie within the universe? And Thomas told them about the figment in his imagination, which is Lady. And they made Diesel 10 way too evil. And Edward is so angry that he didn't even get to appear in the movie and So, yeah, in short, within the true canon, there is no possible way to make this canon. I'd say it's part of the Shining Time Station canon, if anything. And even though the creator says it's canon, for her it is. But within the universe, I'm not so sure. We can just say it's a dream, or it's a movie, or it is all up to you. Now, I've been Zebedee. It's nice that I can finally talk to all of you people again, and goodbye.